Sure. Well, what I want to explain on that is that my father is a very loving person, and he loves everybody. And he is actually concerned about the black community and Hispanics and Native Americans and others. He's concerned about their freedom. He's concerned about their well-being, and he wants them to be able to prosper. Now, I don't know how exactly all this got started. I know that the party we had last week, we didn't have a lot of the ethnic groups here, and he was concerned about that. He wanted to reach out to them and bring them in. Now, he may have fumbled over his words, but I know his intent and his heart is trying to share with those people and to bring them here so that we can help bring them greater liberty. There may be an element of ignorance on his side. You know, I know that we hear the stories from history, etc., but we weren't there. That was 165 years ago that slavery was intact. And yet since then, they've suffered a lot of indignities as well. Now, they're still suffering some indignities, as well as all of us are. And what he's trying to do is saying, come and join us, help us, not help us, but help yourself, help us together gain some more of that dignity back by gaining more liberties and freedoms that the federal government is taking from us.
Right.
That's his message.
Right, because you guys, you understand that this is bigger than you.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
your whole family understands that this is about standing up against tyranny, right?
Correct.
How do you feel about that?
Well, you know, just to extend with what I've been talking about, you know, the tyranny of the federal government, and quite honestly, it's not just the federal government, but other governments show levels of tyranny also. But the tyranny of government, I guess I should say, is very intrusive. I've read it so many times, but I'm going to read it again. From you see this is my pocket copy of the Constitution, and in it is the Declaration of Independence. The reason so many people are flocking to us, and this is the same thing with the black community, it says right here, it says, experience hath shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer while evils are sufferable than to right themselves by abolishing the forms which they are accustomed. Okay, we the people are suffering because of the tyranny of government. The black people are suffering because of tyranny of the government. The Hispanics, the Native Americans, all people are suffering because of the tyranny of government. But it says, but when a long train of abuses and usurpations, pursuing invariably the same object, evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism. Okay, so in our case, when they were here with snipers and with 200 agents and with surveillance equipment and helicopters, does that not prove evidence that they were trying, evidence of a design to reduce us to absolute despotism? Okay, and this is what my father is talking about with the black community. There's other things different than what we're doing, but there's things amongst their community that is reducing them to absolute despotism. And so he's trying to reach out to them and say, I care about you. I love you, and your freedom is as important as mine. And I want to share that with you. We're in a movement to gain freedom back and self-respect and prosperity. And I want you to join with me. Now, if he fumbled over his words, we're sorry about that. But he's not sorry about his message, because his message is pure. Okay, let me go on with that. It says, anyway, back to the absolute despotism. When it reaches that point, it says it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and provide new guards for their future security. And that's what we are here doing. Okay? And we want to include everybody. Everybody.
Yeah.